Morning, beautiful people. You're welcome to the sports segment of the weekend show. I'm Ayo Adams, and it's been an exciting week. Of scintillating and magnificent tennis at the Australian Open. Round ones, round twos, round threes. As I've been seeing, upsets, youngsters knocking out top seeds. The two finalists from last year, Daniel Medvedev and Rafa Nadal, have both been knocked out, and we saw a magnificent display from Sir Andy Murray. That's one of the most brilliant tennis he's played since 2016-2017 season. It's just been magnificent. Also in the WTA women, also we've seen Coco Gauff, who knocked out Emma Raducanu. Sakari from Greece has also been knocked out by. It's just been an exciting week of tennis with upsets, knockouts, and brilliant displays. Stefanos Tsitsipas has moved into the fourth round without losing a single set so far. He will be playing Yannick Sinner. We also have Olga Rune, who also progressed into the next round this morning. Currently ongoing, we have Novak Djokovic, who is playing Dimitrov so far. Well, live from Lagos, I have Chibuzo Ibe, who's going to be joining me virtually to discuss the Australian Open. The upsets, he was here last week when the contest began, but so far so good. Let's see if our predictions has been going on well. Good morning, Chibuzo. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well then. How's Lagos?
Good morning. Lagos is very well. Lagos will always be well. Besides the fuel scarcity, I don't know how you guys are having it over there in Abuja.
It's the same thing down here.
That, I think everything else is pretty fine over here. How is the fuel scarcity over there for you guys?
All right, let's get to the business of the day. The Australian Open is, it's in his round 4, and we've seen a lot of exciting matches. Andy Murray and Kokakin has played for 5 hours, 45 minutes. Andy Murray displayed some of the most magnificent tennis of his life. We also saw Daniel Medvedev getting knocked out by Sebi Koda yesterday, and that was a great and scintillating match to watch. Stefanos Tsitsipas has not dropped a point. Swiatek is still ongoing. Coco Gauff is still ongoing. Ons Jabeur, sadly, the African Tunisian, has also been knocked out. Which match so far this week has been the most exciting for you, Chibuzo?
A lot of matches have been very exciting. It's the first major Grand Slam of the year, and it has been very interesting. But one match that has stood out for me has been Murray and Thanasi Kokkinakis. That match dragged into 4 a.m. Australian time, and it was just amazing to see on this side of the world. This is a 3-time Australian Open champion, Andy Murray. So you would think that this guy has, given all his injuries and everything that he has lost over the years, you think that, he's out of gas. But this guy from nowhere pulled out a midnight madness at Melbourne. So it was very interesting to see, and it was I really wish him well, and I hope that he gets he gets back in the game this year.
Are you there? It's just like you said. I also saw that game too. I was on the edge of my seats. 5 hours, 45 minutes, the longest match in Andy Murray's history. Toppling Rafael Nadal's and Djokovic's final a couple of years back. But let's go to the WTA women. We also saw Coco Gauff is advancing. Clearly, she's not dropped a set so far, defeating all our counterparts. She defeated Emma Raducanu in 2 straight sets. But the one I wanted to talk about is the Tunisian Ons Jabeur, finalist at the Wimbledon last year. Ons Jabeur. She came out last year she came out to be a brilliant spectacle, but she got knocked out, and in some disappointing fashion. What would you say, cost this exit from the tournament for Ons Jabeur?
Okay. For me, Ons Jabeur has been a brilliant player, especially last year. She literally dominated and got to the number 2 in ranking, and she has been doing very brilliantly. But lately, this is the first tournament of the year, and it's still very early in the year, so it's hard to make predictions now. But from what she played at the US at the Australian Open, I was really quite disappointed, because I expected a lot more from her, especially given that this is Makita. She played against Makita Vondrousova, who has also been riddled with injuries over this past couple of months, and is just coming back into tennis. So you wouldn't expect such a huge upset. And then Vondrousova would actually go on to be beaten by Linda Kvitova from Czech. this is a 17-year-old who knocked out a woman who actually knocked out number 2 in the world. So this was, I didn't expect this at all, but given what tennis is, anything is possible.
Yeah, I mean anything is possible.
My
So I mean,
current
finally, let me
stake
ask you. Stefano Tsitsipas has not dropped a set. Coco Gauff has not dropped a set. Stefano Tsitsipas is going to be playing Yannick Sinner in the semifinals. We have a lot of brilliant matchups in that semifinal. Now we know that out of the 2 finalists from last year, none of them are going back. Sadly to see Rafael Nadal will be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Who do you think amongst these unseeded players will make it to the final? Do you think? Yesterday while we were discussing, I mentioned to you that, Stefano Tsitsipas, Daniil Medvedev, and Djokovic might be the top 3 to win the title. Now, Medvedev is clearly out of the contest. Do you see anybody aside from the top seed winning the Australian Open this year? I mean, creating a magnificent presence as a youngster taking the Aussie Open. Do you see any youngster, both on the WTA and the ATP Tour?
Yes, Ayo. This year, usually I'm used to seeing a lot of upsets on the women's side of things. But for the first time in a very long time, the blood of Jesus is actually on the men's side. I keep every day I keep gasping at the rate at which the youngsters are upsetting the people who have held these realms over this past couple of years. You see people like Holger Rune, and there was a wild prediction that I made here last week regarding Tommy Paul. Tommy Paul is actually still in round of 8 now, and I'm looking to see what he's going to do in the next between now and next week. And you have Yuri Lechka, who defeated Cameron Norrie. You have Alexei Popyrin, who defeated Taylor Fritz. I mean, these young stars are now starting to announce their stay. So for Tsitsipas and Djokovic, who are still in this tournament, I know they are going to do well, and I know they will try to, get into the finals. But from where I stand, the roster is open. Anybody can, these youngsters are starting to, wake up. They are starting to show their dominance. They are starting to take over. And, Djokovic, in his last match, actually did win in 4 sets. You'd think that he would take it in 3 sets, but then, he actually did in 4 sets. And this is, but knowing Djokovic, we know that he might be playing with us. That might just be one of the
that might just one of his tricks up his sleeves.
From where I stand, the roster is pretty jammed, and the youngsters are finally taking over, and it's interesting to see in real time.
Oh yeah, it's definitely interesting to see in real time. That has been Chibuzo from Lagos giving us his analysis and lowdown from the Australian Open first Grand Slam of the season. Thank you, Chibuzo. I was to bring you on when we get into the final stages, maybe the semi-finals or the finals, for us to have an extensive conversation on who will take the Aussie Open. Thank you very much, Chibuzo.
I look forward to it.
All right, then. Now, moving on, we are still talking about sport, but this time we're shifting gears quickly to football. And let's go to the transfer window as we have Danny Ings, who has now proceeded into moving. He has now played for all the Claret Book clubs. He's played for Burnley, he's played for West Ham, he's played for Burnley, he's played for Aston Villa. Now he's playing for West Ham. A brilliant display there. And David Moyes needs a player and a striker like that in his ranks, and he's gotten him. Let's move on. We have, switching sides. Barcelona have this, this culture of selling players to the opposition sides. They've done so with David Villa, they've done so with Luis Suarez, and every single time they sold those players to the opposition side, they've always found a way to win the league. Now they've sold their one of their latest signing was brought in by Ronald Koeman, Memphis Depay, to the other side at the Wanda Metropolitano. We'll see how that pans out for the blue and red men. Moving on, we also have Arsenal, who have now got the signing of Leona Trossard from Brighton. The little Belgian has signed for Arsenal. Arsenal is looking to increase their ranks. And then this is one brilliant player to bring into the fold. On the other side, we also have from PSV, we have Chelsea has also brought in Madueke to join Mikhail Modric, who they brought in last week. Chelsea been piling up a whole lot of transfer to, pursue their goal this season if they can stay on top. Moving on, we have the Bundesliga has now returned after its long break from the FIFA World Cup. They are back, and the first game that was played last night was Bayern Munich. RB Leipzig versus Bayern Munich. The game ended in a 1-1 draw. We'll now move quickly to the fixtures of the weekend. We have Today, on Saturday, we have Union Berlin who will be playing Offenham, and Wolfsburg will be playing Freiburg. We have, Bochum will be playing Hertha Berlin. Moving on, we'll still have some fixtures going on there. We have FC Cologne will be playing with Bremen. Borussia Dortmund will be facing Augsburg, while Mönchengladbach will be tossing it out with Bayern Leverkusen. In the Serie A, we have Verona playing Lecce. Salernitana will be playing Napoli. Victor Osimhen will be looking to increase his goal tally there. He's already on 12 goals. Fiorentina will be playing Torino. And on Sunday, we have Sampdoria playing Udinese, Monza playing Sassuolo, Spezia will be playing Roma. We hope to see Dybala back in action, while Juventus will be playing Atalanta. Ademola Lookman has been in the goals for back-to-back games for Atalanta, but can they take it away from Juventus? We'll wait to see. Let's move to La Liga. Atletico Madrid will be playing their game this weekend, 6:30 p.m. against Real Valladolid. Sevilla will be taking on Cadiz. Sevilla has been in really bad form this season. We'll wait to see if they can turn the tables around for themselves. FC Barcelona will be taking on Getafe after that brilliant win in the Copa del Rey. We also have Athletic Club hosting Real Madrid. And then finally, in the Premier League, we have Arsenal playing Manchester United on a Super Sunday. But today at 1:30, we have Liverpool playing Chelsea. I went to the street to ask the fans for the Super Sunday game and the one happening on Saturday, Chelsea and Liverpool, Arsenal and Manchester United. Who do they think will win? This is what they had to say. My name is Ayo Adams. See you same time next week. Bye-bye for now.
Say Man U now, Man U they very, very hot. Man U is playing their best game for now. Even if Arsenal see the table first for now, the way where Man U they play their games now, Man U will actually win Arsenal with the kind of form where they carry the come now, by God's grace. Score line, na normal. Man U beat Arsenal 2-1.
I think Arsenal is going to play better because they are playing at home. That's number one. Number two, over the time they have a stable team. If you look at them over the course of the season, they've exceeded people's expectation. So I think they are going to perform. And more importantly, they are playing at home in front of their fans. The predicted score, I think it should be 2-1. Arsenal 2, Man United 1.
Based on their current form, I give it to Arsenal 2-1 in favor of Arsenal.
Now they are the one topping the table right now, and for that they need to keep that energy in order to still maintain the top. And for that, I give it to Arsenal. The score lines will be, let me say, 1-0.
Chelsea-Liverpool, Chelsea has no place in terms of football for now. Chelsea no fee get anything to do. Liverpool always beat Chelsea, and this time around they go still beat Chelsea by the grace of God. The score line 3-0, they go knock Chelsea. Woto. Chelsea will collect.
Liverpool, they have a stable team. They have every tools to perform, but they are underperforming at the moment. So I think it's going to be under more pressure compared to Chelsea. It should be a score draw. 1-1, I guess.
I give it to Liverpool because Liverpool, they're in a good team which I believe they can contest for the top 4. But for Chelsea, I don't think so. The scoreline is 2-0.
I give it to Liverpool. They are ahead of Chelsea. I won't predict, but outright victory for Liverpool.
Chelsea, they are low in the table. So for that, they need to put more effort in order to beat the Liverpool. But Liverpool also, for me, I think it's Liverpool that will be the best for that weekend. Liverpool 2, Chelsea 1.
Because of the lines of injury players they have, so I think they won't really do well. The score line, let me say 1-1.